Welcome to the Explainer. Okay, I am absolutely pumped about today's topic because we are right in the middle of a massive, once-in-a-generation shift in software development. Seriously, we're moving out of the research labs and straight into the real world, and it is completely rewiring who actually gets to build the future. So let's dive into this.
Think back to, say, 2013. If you wanted to build something with AI back then, oh man, you needed a dedicated research team, 5 years of runway, and some seriously deep theoretical math knowledge. It was practically locked away from your average builder. But fast forward to today, and that exact same capability, it literally just requires some API docs and maybe a spare afternoon. It's a massive shift in applied AI. Suddenly, this tech is wide open to anyone who knows how to write software and ping an API.
Which brings us to Section 1, the AI paradigm shift and the flippening. Let's take a look at how this huge technological leap is totally shaking up industry demand.
So right now, if you pull up job boards like Indeed, you'll see there are roughly 10 times as many traditional machine learning engineer jobs as there are AI engineer jobs. And that kind of makes sense, right? A lot of people still look at AI engineering as just a subset of traditional data science, assuming you need heavy prerequisites like deep calculus, PyTorch expertise, or knowing your way around complex data lakes.
But here's the million-dollar question. Is this ratio going to completely flip in the next 5 years? Well, if you look at the staggering growth rate of applied AI, the market dynamics are screaming yes. We're heading straight for a flippening. Look, you don't learn how to drive by studying the engine schematics of a Ford Model T. And very soon, you won't need to read heavy research papers like Attention is All You Need just to start building an AI app. The raw economics of supply and demand are about to completely flip the script on us.
Moving on to Section 2, enter the AI engineer. Let's see how this all sets the stage for a totally new hero in the tech industry.
We're literally watching the birth of a brand new software engineering subdiscipline. You know how we saw the rise of the site reliability engineer, DevOps, or data engineers? Well, meet the AI engineer. This is a builder specializing in applying AI and wielding this crazy new stack to build actual real-world products. And the absolute best part? Not a single PhD in sight. When it's time to actually ship products, companies don't want researchers anymore. They want software engineers.
And this brilliantly illustrates the point. This quote comes straight from Andrej Karpathy, one of the most respected minds in the AI space. He flat out says that, by the numbers, AI engineers are going to vastly outnumber traditional ML or LLM engineers. You can literally have a wildly successful career in this new role without ever training a single model from scratch. Your job isn't to build the engine. Your job is to drive the car.
And let me tell you, the market is rewarding this skill set big time. AI engineers are everywhere right now, and the compensation is just explosive. In big tech, places like OpenAI, we're seeing folks pull in up to $900,000 a year just to build software around these models. Meanwhile, at bleeding-edge startups like Anthropic, Vercel, or Notion, you've got people making $300K doing prompt engineering. And don't even get me started on the independent scene. Indie hackers on Discord and Reddit are spending their weekends wrapping AI advancements into real products and monetizing them overnight. The demand is absolutely everywhere.
So, you might be wondering, what exactly do these engineers do all day? Well, the AI Engineer Toolkit looks nothing like the old-school ML stack. We're talking about evaluating different models, from the heavyweights like GPT-4 and Claude, down to snappy open-source ones like Llama. It's about orchestrating tools like LangChain or Pinecone for vector search. It's deploying cutting-edge autonomous agents like AutoGPT and Baby AGI. And honestly, half the job is just surviving the relentless daily flood of new research hitting Twitter. Just wielding this stack effectively is a full-time gig.
Okay, let's roll into Section 3, drivers of the flippening. Let's unpack the why now. What are the actual market forces pouring gasoline on this shift?
First off, there's just a staggering global talent mismatch right now. There are only about 5,000 LM researchers in the entire world, and they're mostly locked up by massive giants like Google, Meta, and OpenAI. But guess what? There are 50 million software engineers out there. Normal companies simply can't hire those scarce researchers. So instead, big tech is basically delivering AI research as a service through APIs. Supply constraints dictate that everyone else has to rely on those 50 million software engineers to plug into those APIs and actually build the products.
So the crucial point is that we're looking at a perfect storm of technological and economic catalysts. First, these foundation models are few-shot learners. They generalize so incredibly well that even the researchers who built them don't know everything they can do. It takes builders tinkering with them to really unlock that potential.
Second, there's massive GPU hoarding going on, so most folks are forced to use models via API rather than training from scratch anyway. Third, AI tools are finally breaking out of the Python bubble and into JavaScript, which instantly doubles the talent pool. And finally, we're shifting away from boring, old-school classifier ML, like fraud detection, and moving straight into super exciting generative AI apps.
All of this translates into a fundamentally different workflow. Think of traditional ML like the waterfall method. It's painfully slow. You need laborious data collection by data scientists before you can even train a single domain-specific model to test a basic idea. But AI engineering? It's fully agile. It's a fire-ready aim workflow. A software engineer can just prompt a large language model and instantly validate a product idea before they ever bother gathering specific data to fine-tune it. This lets AI engineers move literally 10 to 100 times faster and validate ideas thousands of times cheaper. It's a total game changer.
Which brings us to Section 4. Welcome to Software 3.0. Let's zoom out and look at the broader philosophical shift in how we actually write software now.
If we trace the evolution of code, for decades we lived in what we can call Software 1.0. Hand-coded programming languages where humans mapped out exact, precise logic line by line. Then came Software 2.0, a term Andrej Karpathy coined for machine-learned neural networks that approximated logic, solving problems that were just too complex to hard code. But today, welcome to Software 3.0. The hottest new programming language on the planet is literally just English. We are stepping into an era vastly broader and more intuitive than anything we've ever seen.
And as we dive into Software 3.0, a really interesting theme is emerging. We're actually reestablishing the role of human-written code. You know, people used to mock early AI apps as just lazy OpenAI wrappers. But the primary architectural divide we're looking at today is software atop intelligence versus intelligent software. Human-written code is absolutely crucial to orchestrate and manage all this massive LLM power. We're building complex systems where human engineers harness AI, and in return, AI agents are increasingly going to do engineering tasks right alongside us. It's a true partnership.
All right, let's wrap things up with Section 5, the era of builders. Look, if you spend any time reading the public discourse around AI, it is so dominated by hysterical fear, paranoia, and general doomerism. But what I love most about the AI engineer persona is this amazing blend of techno-optimism and extreme practicality. The mindset is that AI engineers will tame and ride Shogworth. Shogworth being that weird internet meme representing the terrifying alien complexity of AI. These builders aren't paralyzed by fear, and they aren't just sitting around theorizing about some distant utopia either. They're rolling up their sleeves right now, taming these wild tools and shaping them into actual products that help millions of people today.
We are truly entering a golden age for builders. The barriers to entry have literally never been lower, the tools have never been this powerful, and the API is just sitting there waiting for you. So the only question left to ask is, what are you going to build?